Well, that's another thing that I just never practiced that at all. That was not, that was totally unconscious thing that evolved with my playing over the years. It's probably a combination of listening to people who use their fingers a lot, uh, listening to Jeff Beck, listening to Joe Pass, uh, having a little bit of jazz history, being able to go. Being able to use my fingers, something that's just always kind of came natural to me because I listened to so much jazz when I was earlier. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's from Jeff Beck, from hearing notes and knowing that it wasn't the pick. Knowing that it wasn't the pick. Yeah, listening to Jeff Beck going, how's he doing? You can't do that with a pick. There's just no way you can do that. So a combination of all those things, and once again, probably just because I get so bored with myself, I force myself to try to do something new that keeps me interested. I figure if I keep myself interested, then most of the people who are listening are going to be a little more interested too. I tuck it away between these two fingers. And this is also something that I don't think I ever learned this or practice. It just kind of came naturally. But I just tuck it away, and there's no rhyme or reason or really method or there's no certain time to do that. I think it's whenever you feel it. To me, it's just another way to express myself. I don't even think about it anymore. I just tuck it away when I want to. If I want to get that sound in the middle of my solo, if I'm going. But if I want to go. I know I can't get that with a pick, so I just automatically just go there without thinking now. A way you could practice it, I don't know. You can find what works for you. Everybody has a different way to do it. I tuck it between those two fingers. That way I can still kind of do picking. That's still, my fingers are still in the position to do. And I don't lose the pick. I do like Fender amps, and I'm not a real technical guy as far as knowing the different tubes and the circuitry. I'm not about that. I just do know that a lot of times I judge an amplifier by how well it sounds with pedals. Some amps, for some reason, I don't know why, I don't want to mention any brand names, but I've tried some other amplifiers before, and they just don't work very good with pedals. It might be EL34s, it might be, I don't really know what the difference is. But that's a true test for me. If I can plug my pedals into it and still get a nice, natural overdrive sound without being too buzzy, it sounds right for me. Usually when I set up my amplifiers, I'll turn everything on about 7, and I'll back down the treble to where it doesn't hurt anymore on this pickup on the... So if I have the amp right now, even on the treble pickup, that sound is still very pleasing, even though it's treblier. There's some amplifiers, I don't know why exactly, but if you have the same, your bridge pickup on, it'll just hurt. And usually I'll turn down the treble until it doesn't hurt, and then if it's still, somehow it still has to have a wide range of tonal variety there. So that's the true judge. Your ear has to be the judge, But I would say just, and also, maybe I come from the school of Duane Allman. I really liked Duane Allman when I was a kid. I still do. Some of his stuff is totally beautiful tone. If you listen to Eat a Peach and listen to the solos on One Way Out, I think it's like some of the best tones ever. And it's just a Marshall through a Gibson through a Marshall amp. Go figure. But he had they used like JBL speakers but what I was going to say about that is that he would use his treble pickup with distortion and back it off. When you have that pickup on, you get all the harmonics that your guitar has to offer. You can hear all the high range stuff that's maybe out of, it's like way up there. Here's an example of the opposite is Carlos Santana. When you hear him play a solo, it sounds like this. that's kind of a woofy type of sound. For me, that never really worked. I like the higher end with the bridge pickup on. Because you can hear all the harmonics that your fingers do, all the little nuances and all the little harmonics, all the... And you can't really get that so much when you're using the other pickup. So that's a true test to me. If I can use my bridge pickup and still get a pleasing sound without hurting, that's where I kind of judge an amplifier's.